What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld. Today we're going to be talking about a few things. We got that free Patrick Queen coming, and I tweeted it out at GmiasWorld. If you guys are not following me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, all at GmiasWorld, you're doing it wrong. Please go ahead and do that so you get updated with what's coming. That can be very, very important to your team. So that way you can pretty much understand what's going to be happening and not have to worry about, oh, I'm outdated, I don't know what's going on. Pretty much, I'm going to give you the information as I get it. If I get it earlier, I'll put it out. Doesn't really matter. We're going to get that info to you regardless. So pretty much what's going to happen is a lot of us are going to be getting a free upgrade to Patrick Queen. All right. This dude is about to be an 88 overall with an 88 speed and all kinds of other wild numbers. Claypool is also going to be getting a card. All right. So, it's going to be pretty, the player of the week is going to be Chase Claypool. You got the limited Chris Harris Jr., which I don't care about based on the way that our defense is playing right now. I'm not really worried about it. But what we're going to take a look at is what's going to happen defensively to your squad. Now, remember, I run a 4-6 defense. I only need one middle linebacker. So, Takeo Spikes never sees the field. Bobby Wagner's just there. I'm waiting for like one of the sets to upgrade, whatever, so I can put him in a set and get rid of him. It's a lot of these things that are going on that I'm just holding on to, but this guy right here is special. If you watch him play, he's a special player. And he's one of the first rookie premieres that I did because you got to understand, when you're doing these things the year prior, like at the end of this year when we're doing rookie premieres going forward, you got to know the team. You see what I'm saying? Like, you got to understand the team that they're going to be on. Baltimore prides themselves on defense. Lamar Jackson is turning them into a more offensively skilled team, but they pride themselves on defense. So when they get players, they're going to pride themselves on defense. And this man is playing out of his mind. It's very, very simple. And I know it was a game against the Bengals, and some of you guys are like, yeah, they're hyping him up and stuff like that. But they're really not, though, because he's playing very, very well. And if you are a Ravens fan, you've seen it. You know what I'm saying? I just watched the game objectively. I see exactly what's going on. I do podcast over at GmiasWorld Podcast. For those of you guys that have been asking for it, it's still on YouTube. It's also on iTunes, Android, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. So you get the GmiasWorld Podcast worldwide if you want to hear my takes on the NFL. But this card right here is unbelievable for a lot of players that have not yet done MUTMaster. All right? So I want to go ahead and point this out. Does this guy play for me? No. But if at any reason I decide to go to my old school 3-4 defense, this guy is going to be key. Let me explain to you why, right? He's going to be jumping up to an actual 88 speed, which with Sprinter, as you can see to the right side of his card, I have Sprinter on him. He's going to actually be a 90 speed. Okay, so that's a 90 speed, like 90 plus acceleration middle linebacker. When you look at his block shedding, it's going to be raised up a little bit, so you don't have to really focus too much on that. I know it's not going to be along the Sam Mills type situation, but he's going to have decent block shed. All right, so with that being said, you may have the opportunity to utilize him, as a pass rusher. Okay, it's going to be something to where we have to wait and see exactly what the number is they're going to give. They're giving him 78, but when they boost it, it doesn't really matter because it all goes by the basis of the card. So realistically, he's going to be around that 78 threshold. So he's missing the 80, the 85, the 90, and the 95 threshold. So it probably won't be the best thing to put him on the outside of a 3-4 defense. But in the middle, they usually get a lot of luck with, trying to crash through. All right. 86 play rec. He has a 69 strength that's going to be upgraded to 90 excel, which is going to go to 92. And he's going to have the 90 speed. All right, zone coverage is going to be upgraded to a 72. That's still below the tiers that we want. We don't actually want that type of thing. So we're not going to be focused on having him actually, play like that. All right, now we're going to talk about Chase Claypool in a second because I know a lot of you guys want to know what's going on with him. Gmia, you're going to moss with him. He's 6'4". Yeah, but we're going to talk about his archetype in a second. I just wanted to go ahead and focus more on the value of the rookie premieres. And for those of you guys that rode with me in Madden 20, a lot of you guys are like, yo, thank you, Gmia. You just helped my squad go up because I didn't do the MUTMaster. I still don't really like that a lot of you guys haven't done it yet because it's very, very easy this year for the MUTMaster. And the reason that they did it like that is because he's a middle linebacker and a lot of people wouldn't want to go after him. So that's something that you guys have to pretty much understand. It's something to where we have to make the decision, right? What do we want to do? What exactly do we want to do right now? Do we want to go after a player that many of us probably won't use often? For me, I use him, and he works out pretty well for me. You know, that 94 speed with 96 excel, 99 tackle, 99 play rec, this guy is out of control. So I understand for those of you guys that already have him on your squad, it's probably like, yo, Gmi, I don't really need him. Okay, I understand that. I'm with you. But having more is better. All right, like, guys, nobody just said, you know what, I don't really have anything, I'm happy with it. Nah, bro. We want to have, you know, a guy like Patrick Queen, if you do have the rookie premieres, as a backup to this guy. But obviously, I only use one middle linebacker in my 4-6 defense, and this guy says it all. So I encourage you guys to try to get it done. And again, I've already kind of, you know, laid it out for you on the channel. Search Mutt Master here at GmiasWorld. I understand, like I said, I deal with, you know, my demographic is like young kids from the age of like 8 all the way to grown men up to like 60. So everybody has a different schedule. I try to make sure that it's as easy as possible for you guys to grind through it. And he's worth it just simply because if you know how to utilize him, he takes away a lot of run plays because he's so aware. His play rec is so wild. He just runs and he always chooses the right direction. So I just want to go ahead and point that out. Patrick Queen is goatish because of his speed and already a lot of the things that they're doing, but this guy is pretty good as well. All right, now we're going to talk about Chase Claypool. His original card that was released, I think he only has a gold card at this time, right? This card right here is not a power-up. That's going to be getting released later. So for those of you guys that are asking about that, yo, Gmi, yo, is he going to get a power-up? Probably next series. I kind of feel that EA should be capable with a Team of the Week player that does not have a power-up to release him with a power-up. I don't know how you guys feel about that because it seems like they've pretty much gotten it under wraps to where they understand what is needed and what they can do. So I don't fully understand why they are not able to be able to do that once they have that time period, because we're seeing that they released those standouts and everybody got a power-up. It seems like they've gotten more comfortable with doing it. That's just an idea that I'm thinking, like, a lot of us are going to want, you know, a lot of Steeler fans are going to want this guy to have a power-up because they're going to want this guy to go to 93. Then they're going to want to throw sprinter on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to be a situation. And if you have a theme team, GG's. You see what I'm saying? Now you're running around with 97 speed at 6'4", but he's a physical archetype. So his deep route running right now, I'm going to take a look at it for you guys. His deep route running is a 90. So he's actually a guy that's going to get the deep out. Okay, because the deep route of a 90 is what you need to actually unlock it. So if everything is correct based on the card information that EA gave us, he's actually right now, with this speed, he's going to be a 94 speed, which is similar to the other guy that we currently have right now, who is Calico. So they're both 6'4". We're going to have to evaluate a lot of the things that are going on, the jump, the catch, and stuff like that. The spec catch is a 92, short route running 88, medium route running 87, deep route 90. So he can get it, but it might cost more than one. You see what I'm saying? Like, it might just cost more than one. I'm not sure of the price ranges with it, so we're going to have to wait to see how that goes, because that can heavily affect the way that your squad is, you know, designed, because you can't really focus on the ability points for the players if you're utilizing too much on one said player. But he actually meets the threshold, which means you should be able to successfully moss with him. Okay, the only issue is he's a 92 speed stock, right? No power up. So all you can do is add sprinter unless you have a theme team. If you have a theme team, you can get him all the way up to 96 speed. Other than that, he's going to be a whopping 94. Now, if you want to look at Calico right now and just say, you know what, I'm going to make the decision to get rid of Calico. Actually, we don't even have to do it through that. We'll just go to my actual, we can actually go to my actual team right now and go check them out and see what's going on and actually compare it to kind of give you guys an idea. But I just wanted to validate that he does meet the threshold. What happened with Vincent Jackson was they incorrectly gave him the ability, and then once people saw me mossing with him, they reported me to EA Sports, and EA Sports took away the ability off of Vincent Jackson. All right, so with that being said, you know, that was a mistake on EA's part. This right now is showing him at a 90, right? He has a 90 deep route run, so he's going to unlock that. And that's going to be a situation where you can now, they're both deep threats. Now, look, he has a 92 jump. This guy has a 93 stock. His catch is an 89 stock. Chase Claypool, 89 stock. His catch and traffic is a 92. What's this guy catching traffic? 91. It looks like they made him a little bit better. What's his spec catch? His spec catch is 91. Chase Pools is a 92. Short route running 88. Medium route running for this guy is an 87. Deep route run is a 90 for Chase Claypool. Now, some of you guys are going to say to me, all right, Gmi, that medium route run might be a problem on certain, routes getting open, things like that. I'm going to tell you that probably more than likely it's not going to be, and you're probably going to have the same success. And remember, you're adding Sprinter the same way. I don't have a Tennessee Titans theme team, and I don't know, did he play for anybody else? I don't think he did, right? Yeah, he's just a Titan, so it's going to be the same situation. Now, what I can probably suggest is that you go with what is going to make you more coin. If you can sell this guy and his power up and make some coin and then secure Chase Claypool, you might want to go that route. But you got to remember, just keep in mind, right? The player of the week, the sets are usually expensive when it first starts. Then it starts to like lessen up and it's different. So you may be able to snag him for a relatively, decent price. Just remember, this guy's archetype is deep threat. So he's getting it at 1 AP. There is no guarantee that you are going to get deep out elite at 1 AP at physical. You might, but I'm not sure. I think I did get it for 1 AP with Vincent Jackson when they messed up though. So it probably is going to be the same thing. So that's something that I would suggest that you guys, take a look at and feel it out, because they're going to pretty much be the same player. I got to take a look again. His acceleration is not shown here on the actual card art. So when you look at Calico, I think, let me just go ahead and double check that. What's his acceleration? Excel. Where's his? Okay, 93 with the boosted, sprinter stat. So obviously he starts at a 91 and goes to 93. If this guy has a better Excel, Chase Claypool, more than likely it'll make more sense to go after him, because acceleration is everything with the high speed. So he's just going to take off. And then if you could give him deep out, GG's in the chat. Like, that's pretty much what it's going to be about. So that's where we are right now with it. Those are the two most exciting players that I've seen. The Randall Cunningham, I don't really care about. Lance Briggs, I don't care about. Mike Davis, I don't care about. Deshaun Watson gets a power up, but I don't care about that. And there's some other guys that are just regular gold cards, and it's not really that big of a deal. So go ahead and get prepared for that as it drops later today. If you have any other questions, let me know in the comment section. Until next time, one love, y'all.